Yannick Loof will take charge of this welterweight bout. Mark Glover in the blue corner. David Dos Santos in the red, and you can hear just by David Dos Santos beating the canvas exactly how much power that man has. And that's what Mark Glover has got to be careful of. Glover coming from a big family, 7 brothers, so he's had to fight for everything in his life. He says that's what sort of helped craft him and that attitude he's got. But also the gym he's in, the MMA Academy, fantastic athletes coming from that. Lawrence Fitzpatrick, we know Aaron Abbey very well. Tim Barnett as well. Oh, he's been caught that right hand from...
He's trying to recover. He's doing a good job of holding it.
Oh, but Dos Santos has got so much power now.
He's trying to take the underhook there, speaking for Glover. He's trying to move and still defend.
Oh, he's avoiding some of that. Going to try and lock up one of those legs, but this is big power early on from David Dos Santos.
Great ability, survival instinct there for Mark Glover, but he did not get finished there. He worked the half guard. Now he's standing up with the underhook. That was very impressive, actually.
Very impressive indeed. Dos Santos looking to drop some more bombs.
He's finding a spot there for the overhand right, and I think it's because he's moving his head very well for like a boxer-style type movement. And Mark Glover's standing a little European. He's a little too tall, and so when he's standing there, and as Dos Santos is changing levels, he's landing that overhand right on the ear.
Dos Santos covers distance really well. The speed at which he closes it and gets that right hand off. A nice jab there from Mark Glover.
And that's what Glover, with his physique and body, should be doing, is throwing those long jabs. And Dos Santos is doing the right thing. He's the shorter fighter. You have to be explosive and move your head as you're coming in behind punches, so that way you can get past the longer limbs and striking ability and distance that Mark Glover just has as an advantage for this height.
Mark Glover also dealing with a second change of opponent. Took an opponent on short notice. That got changed. So he's had to deal with 2 changes of opponent, but he's as game as they come, and he's shown he's got the chin. In fact, it's another MMA legend back in the UK, Mr. Carl Prince, the UK European matchmaker back there. He told me that this is one to watch. Seeing Glover back in the cage fighting made him very happy, and stepping in for ACB just shows what this young man's about.
Anytime a person steps up with short notice that is also a very good fighter, that says something about them. I mean, anybody with a losing record, they become a journeyman, what we sometimes call in MMA, or in boxing specifically, a tomato can. They'll jump up into this. But Mark Glover has a good record. He's coming off of a win just, as you said, how long ago was this?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. There you go. Nice submission, rear naked choke win.
So the fact that he's willing to step up to this, it's an admirable feat, because he has momentum, he has things to lose.
Well, yeah, but I've got to say he's growing in this fight. One thing that I've noticed while you were just he's lost his back. The right eye of David Dos Santos is causing him some trouble. I don't know if one of the jabs of Mark Glover, but you saw a distinct...
I'm going to look for it. I didn't catch it. Good eyes.
I saw a certain less output from David Dos Santos.
And also, too, though, Dos Santos' style takes...
armbar finish. Oh, this could be it. Look at that. He's rolling. This could be it.
Just be aggressive with it. He's controlling the thumb.
It's hyperextended. Oh, wow. The crowd reacted to that as well. How did he?
Wow, that was actually Mark Glover just not... He had it. If this was in the gym, and most other individuals would have just tapped because that was painful. But that's the thing about this level, whether you're in the ACB, Bellator, UFC, when you're fighting guys like David Dos Santos, who has the adversity of the childhood that he grew up with, you can't train to cause pain. You don't extend someone's arm because it hurts and they're going to tap. As ruthless as it sounds, you put the submission on them with the intention that it's supposed to break bones, and if they stop the fight because they tap, or the referee gets involved, that's your aim. It cannot be pain. These guys at our level, there you see a prime example of it in David Dos Santos. His arm is hurting right now, but it didn't break, and that's why he didn't tap.
What a back and forth fight this has been. Dos Santos caught Glover Glover then on the ground almost gets the armbar, and we're closing in on the final 10 seconds of this first round, which after the first 30 seconds, you might not have thought it would go this far.
Oh, great adjustment there from Mark Glover, coming back, using his length and taking advantage of it. And what I was saying just before that burst of an armbar happened, the advantage that Mark Glover has in this fight is it takes less energy to fight long and use the advantage he has in height. Whereas David Dos Santos' style takes that explosive, quick movement. That takes more energy than what Mark Glover has to do.
Jusqu'à prendre ta énergie. C'est ça. Hey, t'es meilleur que lui.
Jason Tan in the corner now.
T'es beaucoup plus fort que lui.
Let's have a look at this. This is Mark Glover catching that overhand right from Dos Santos. What a chin on the man.
Yeah, because that's a perfect right hand. On the chin, you see it turn the face of Mark Glover and buckle his legs.
Wow. Talk us through this.
He has the armbar. He's starting to control the thumbs in the right direction. He could pinch a little bit harder, but see here, he's just extending. Right now, he could have drove his hips up in the air. All he's doing right there is straightening the arm, which in practice and in most fights, not at this level, causes great discomfort, and guys will tap. But again, something I learned early in my career is that when you train a submission on a joint, your intentions have to be that it breaks, and by you tapping is to keep me from breaking it, not because you're in pain.
So we're set for round 2 here. This welterweight bout. Mark Glover in the blue corner. Davis Dos Santos in the red. For me, Brian Lacey, alongside Frank Mir here in Montreal for ACB 72.
And you were calling earlier, which eye do you feel?
The right eye. If you can see there's a slight welt coming up on the right side of Davis Dos Santos. Also be interesting to see how damaged that arm is. Like you said, it was a pain move, but is he going to be carrying any damage that might take away some of those power shots?
It's one of those issues, and honestly, after what I just saw, I'm willing to bet. Again, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm just speaking from a lot of experience in submissions. His arm's going to hurt tomorrow in the next couple days, but it didn't pop. Sometimes you see a guy's elbow pop, and then I'm like, okay, as the fight goes on, the swelling is going to start to take hold, and he's going to lose the ability and the coordination of that arm. But in this situation, I don't think he's going to feel any effect that's going to affect him here tonight. Tomorrow, he's going to be not very happy about Mark Glover.
Mark Glover staying composed under the pressure there of David Dos Santos. Actually pulled guard, so must feel, and we know from his record, all the submission wins he's got, but must feel that he could get another attack on this tough Brazilian.
Well, how do you blame him? He got so close to the armbar. Maybe he realizes that he made a mistake and applied the armbar like he would have in training, where he doesn't want to hurt his training partners. But that's the adjustment you have to make for fighting, is that you have to go for broke.
And now right in the corner there, you see Jason Tan giving him instructions. Jason Tan, one of the best up-and-coming, well, one of the best established coaches, forget that, in UK MMA. Really is breathing a whole stack of monsters out of the MMA Academy.
And that's the thing about mixed martial arts that is now more of a newer thing than it's been over the years. Is it's always been more of like how boxing is. Where boxing, you have a camp of guys around you that will be sparring partners, but it's very much an individualistic sport. In MMA now, we really have this team aspect to it, kind of like from wrestling and jiu-jitsu, where misery can kind of enjoy company. You're around other warriors that are having a hard time or having a good day or a bad day, and you can draw from each other's strength.
Oh, some hard elbows coming down there on Mark Glover. Now he's got his hand trapped as well. Oh.
Well, the one thing that Mark Glover's doing a very good job of is he's keeping that butterfly hook in. You can see it with the left leg. By doing so, it really makes it toward that Davis Dos Santos can never really drive forward 100%. Because if he does, that left leg of his, for example, as a butterfly hook, can elevate him, and if he traps a wrist or traps anything, that's why right now that was very excellent on Santos's part. He jumped over it, and now he's eliminated that hook, and he can be more aggressive.
Just 1 minute 50 seconds left now in this second round.
Oh, he's looking for that crucifix, trying to tie up that arm. And funny that he did that, and Glover actually put his arm there.
Gotta say, because they were just right in front of us there, and while Dos Santos was dishing out some of those big shots, the expression of Mark Glover never changes. He'll be a great poker player. Oh, nice shot to the body there from Dos Santos, mixing it up.
Mark Glover is not being emotionally attached to whether he's winning or losing. That's a very important quality as a fighter, because emotions can drain you. So the fact that he has probably not been doing what he wants to be doing in this fight so far, you can't be upset about it. You can't, you know, on a takedown, make that scream, yell. You take it for what it is. Oh, I lost this moment, and you have to continually transition and go forward. And, okay, what do I have to do now to win the next one?
Looks like Dos Santos trying to work hard for that mount, but Glover getting it back into half guard.
Now he's doing more of a lockdown half guard here, which now, the way to keep your opponent's weight off of you, you have to stretch out the leg, how he's doing here. I don't like this as much as I like the butterfly half guard. I feel that shin, especially as a top individual, I have a much more difficult time inflicting damage and being aggressive when my opponent on the bottom has, for example, it would be Glover's right leg, butterfly hook under there, makes it difficult to move forward. Whereas the lockdown, it can be a pain, but it's not quite as difficult and as dangerous to put forward pressure.
We will see a third and final round here. Tough round that for Mark Glover.
Sit down.
Look to make some adjustments during that one, but like we said before, he's so tough. His only losses are by decision, and he's always dangerous. You've seen that in his jiu-jitsu already.
Yeah, Glover has consistently been game, and even when he's not in the greatest positions, and that's what makes you dangerous as a submission artist, as you don't necessarily, obviously it's a great advantage to be in a good position. It sets up your submissions that much easier. But part of being a very dangerous submission artist is that you're not necessarily in the best position, and you can still take some of the still put them to sleep by wrapping the neck. And that's what Mark Glover is showing consistently, is that he's looking for places to finish the fight. Whereas Davis Dos Santos' grappling aspect, on top of his striking, he's been consistently in a better position. But even that being said, I feel he's winning on points because of that. With the judging system we're using tonight, he's not out of danger. Even though he's in a better position for Davis Dos Santos, Mark Glover's shown with his body and his tenacity that he still could pull this off.
So round 3 set to go. Both fighters gave each other a big smile before the referee called them back to battle.
Honestly, that is a phenomenal moment that is priceless in a fight with two guys. We had that moment that we're both just fighting each other. We're trying to hurt each other.
Having fun.
There's nothing, it's like, look, we're beating the hell out of each other and we're enjoying life because we both like to fight.
Yes.
Winning is great. Obviously, you love to win, but to be a fighter, you have to just love fighting more than you like winning.
Glover managing to get back to his feet after another big takedown there from Davis Dos Santos at the start of this third round. Oh, Dos Santos certainly implementing that game plan, wanting to keep Glover on the floor now.
And he has very sound top grappling. And so that's why he feels effective here. He's staying on top. He hasn't been completely taken out of his element and off balance yet by Mark Glover, who's threatening with the submissions, but he hasn't threatened too much with the sweep. And he has the butterfly hook in there. It's there, but Dos Santos has been able to eliminate it.
Dos Santos looking to grind on this, up against the cage in this third and final round.
Showing good ring generalship for a guy that only has 4 professional fights. Understanding where he is, what it takes to win the fight. You have to see the big picture as a martial artist. You can't just completely be a guy that only has his corner. The corner should be an asset, but it shouldn't be a handicap. And you can see that in Dos Santos, and it's probably more attributed to his age and his adversity that he brings a lot more experience of understanding where he is than just having a 3-1 record.
You can see the frustration, though, setting in on Mark Glover there as he got taken down again. He's back on his feet, but he wants a fight. This is what he wants.
Right now, this battle of position that he's losing is not what he likes. That's not what he wants to train for.
Also, formerly fought at lightweight. That was his weight class before. This is welterweight on short notice as well, so You can see the size difference between the two.
Yes, and there's give and take with that. One is that he feels better because he didn't have to cut a bunch of weight. So now he's feeling good, he's well hydrated, he didn't have to come off a hard weight cut. But then right now he's facing a guy that,
look at this.
Nice guillotine attempt to cross-side body.
Crafty little move there.
That's a hard one to hold, though. That's one of those that I show people, and it's great in a seminar, but it's very difficult to finish a high-level guy because you don't really control the shoulders very well.
Seminars available at the Frank Mir.
And I'm honest with people, like, hey, this move works against really dangerous people.
Yeah.
This move works against guys that really are looking for an excuse to leave.
Mark Glover just looked at me and just shook his head. Itching to get back on now. Over Dos Santos. Back to Route A.
And this is the part about martial arts. You have to understand that this is the MMA world we're in. That what Dos Santos is doing is he's winning on the scorecards. He understands that. So he's grinding. As his muscles are fatiguing, he's pushing in and making this a wrestling match where he's had more success than Mark Glover has. And Glover's looking to make this more of a submission match or even a striking match. He's not happy with the grinding against the cage. And that's just the name of the game. It's one of those things you can't be mad at the other guy for doing it. You have to keep him from doing it. And that's, but see there, his hands are moving up. I know, I understand Mark Glover's frustration right now. He's like, oh, he's just shooting and taking me down and not doing anything. But then to be devil's advocate, I would look to Mark Glover if I was in his team going, well, you should have sprawled and stopped the shot, you know? What he's doing is to win the fight. It's the parameters and the rule system that we've set out on this occasion. We're dueling each other, and these are the rules of the duel.
Yep. And now he's only got 45 seconds to work from this bottom position. And Dos Santos again imposing that weight and that strength.
Dos Santos is very intelligently knowing the rules of this duel is covering space. He's tired, fatigued, and Glover has phenomenal
flying knee there.
Turn this around. Oh, he crowded himself. Glover needs to go ahead and break away and create distance right now. The fact that he's clinching is helping out Dos Santos right now.
15 seconds left. Oh, nice body shot there. Big knee against Glover. Looking to take this.
You know what? When he goes back and looks at this, the moment there he landed those shots, he had Dos Santos hurt. But he fell into him after those strikes, and that helped Dos Santos.
And that frustration you can see setting in there. Can't take away from the heart there of Mark Glover, but also you've got to give praise to Dos Santos for changing up his game plan and implementing that wrestling. I know it's not the prettiest and the most exciting fight to watch or even be in.
He was striking the first round and coming out the beginning of the second, but then he made adjustments to win the fight. And I understand where Mark Glover, that's where I was years ago. Like, hey, that ain't fighting, just to wrestle me against the cage. Go for submissions, go for knockouts. If you're not trying to finish me, you're not fighting. But you know what? You're lying to yourself. This is the rules of this sport. You have to abide by them and learn how to stop the other guy from doing and taking advantage of it.
So let's hand it to our judges. We'll find out which way this one has gone in this welterweight contest.
Did well. Really finished the armbar.
Again, there you see, Glover coming to the cage, and I completely understand his mindset is to finish the fight. But here we have a sporting event, and it has a different rule basis.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 hard-fought rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. They score the fight 30-27, 30-26, and 30-26. Your winner by unanimous decision from the red corner, Davis Dos Santos.